Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me in the back? Because I can't see with this light. So, how's everyone this morning? Oh, you can do better than that. Come on, how are we this morning? Great. You ready for some fun, some learnings? So, good. My name's Jennifer Bleen. I'm the president of the Central Ohio Agile Association, and on behalf of my group, I am very happy to see all your smiling faces this morning. To get us kicked off and started, I want to introduce the people who helped make this all happen. So bring up the board members and the leadership team, please. And for those who aren't real familiar with the Central Ohio Agile Association, this is our largest event that we do each year. We were formed as a nonprofit. We are a 501c6 organization, and we were formed to bring Agile learnings to the community and help be that advocate and evangelist for Agile. We have a lot of success stories. If you have a success story that you've, from working with the group or coming to our conference you'd like to share, please let us know. We do have Kirk, our videographer, who will be doing interviews, and we love to have success stories. But overall, we do have events all year long. Each month we have 1 to 2 events. We've partnered with the local PMI Central Ohio chapter, so we do some partnership events with them. And just a lot of great opportunities if you're ever interested in being a speaker or you have an experience that you would like to share. We are kicking off a new type of event called an experience report. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please send an email to info@cohaa.org. Now that we have my team up here, I'd like to welcome all of them. We have Faye Thompson. She's been working with us for quite a while now on our leadership team. And she's VP of membership. She does some stuff with marketing, lots of great work. We have Dan Greenleaf. You probably saw his charming, smiling face in the morning as you've registered for the past 2 days. Dan's been running our registration every year for the conference, and he was our secretary for quite a while, and this year he's a VP at large. Or board of director at large, I guess I should say. We have Joe Estaffi. He's the co-chair for the board of directors and also our VP of marketing. So, Joe. We have Matt Van Vliet. He's also one of our directors at large, and he's been with us from the very beginning, as well as Bart Murphy. Bart's our treasurer, and Matt and Bart have a special place here today because they are the co-chairs for this event. So give them a round of applause. They do an awesome job every year putting this together. Yep. And then we've got Mike Kaiser. He's actually our newest addition to our board of directors. And Mike is now serving in the role as the board secretary. So thank you, all of you, for everything that you do every year to make this organization a success and this conference a success for everyone here. So I'm going to turn it over to Bart, and he's going to go over some of the logistics for you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. All right, I'm just going to go over some logistics, and then we'll get into the morning keynote session. Everybody has their program guide, right? So we're in a new venue this year. We're glad to be here at the Ohio Union. A little bit, from a room perspective, just to give everybody a lay of the land. We're currently on the 2nd level, as you're well aware. Our sessions, when we go into breakouts, will be on all 3 floors. So sessions will be in this room, the ballroom. And on this floor, there's 2 rooms. There's a traditions room, which is right past the food. And then the Senate chamber is where our panel discussions will occur, which is on this floor. The other 2 rooms, the other sessions are going to be either on the main floor within what's called the Great Hall Meeting Room, which is right behind where the registration table was, or the U.S. Bank Theater, which is actually on this corner of the building on the 1st floor. And then the other sessions will be on the 3rd floor. You can go right up the steps outside of here, and there's a room called the Round Room, and then Cartoon Room 1 and 2. So hopefully people can get sort of familiarized with the facility and make the appropriate steps to get to the session that you want to get to. Food lines, you'll notice that we have food lines in both areas. That will be the same for lunch as well. We do have an open space occurring outside in the Potter Plaza, so opposite of where you registered. If you walk outside those doors, there's an outside tent. They're currently working on a crowdfunding site for a nonprofit, So if you want to go and do some coding and do some open space talks, you can go out there to do that. Right after the morning session, we also have a code retreat down again at the Great Hall Meeting Room 1 and 2 combined, and that will be downstairs behind where the registration table is. If you parked in the south garage, did everybody get their parking pass today? All right, you're going to need to get a parking pass if you have not, and if you parked in the south garage, you'll put in the pass that you got when you came in, along with that parking pass, and that will take care of your cost for the day. We also have PMI certificates downstairs for people that need to record their PDUs. Please pick up that. I have a lot here. We have a sponsor card inside your bag. COHAA is giving away a MacBook Air, an iPad Air, and 2 Apple TVs tonight at the conference retrospective and happy hour. To be eligible for that drawing, you must go to every booth, get signed off. The box is right outside of these doors. Please get that in, must be present to win tonight for those prizes. We also put into your bag a little card that has information and a QR code for surveys. This survey is for your sessions, so each session that you attend, you can go to the same QR code. There's a drop-down list that will show the speaker and the session that you would like to provide feedback for. We do encourage you guys, because I know a lot of our speakers do enjoy receiving that feedback, constructive criticism or not, to help improve their sessions when they go speak at other locations. Tonight, as I mentioned a little bit ago, we have a conference retrospective and happy hour that starts immediately after the closing keynote tonight. And that will be held downstairs in the performance hall, along with the After the Path event that's in a partnership with IT Martini. So I have a few thank yous that I want to do. One, I first want to thank all the sponsors that have helped with this conference. We have a great group of sponsors out there. I think there's been good interaction yesterday. I'm sure there will be today. But without the sponsors, really, we would not be able to hold this event, given the cost that we have to incur, and then make sure that we can support from an organization perspective. So without the sponsors, we really couldn't make this happen. And then the next thank you is to all the speakers that are here today. I don't know if the speakers could just stand if they're actually here. Maybe if anybody's speaking today, come on, get up. Come on. We thank all the speakers here that are here today, too. Similar to you, many of these they're taking time out of their schedule. Several have traveled. I know Srini, who I'll introduce here shortly, just flew in from Japan last night, so a little jet lag there. But I thank all the keynote speakers. We have Srini this morning. We have an innovation panel this afternoon that Matt will introduce during lunch, and we have Ken Schwaber coming back to do the closing keynote. We have a lot of featured speakers coming in today. Christopher Avery, I know Scotty Bevel will be in here. James Goebel. We have an executive panel. We have a QA panel. So just very excited about the content that's going to be delivered today. And last but not least, want to definitely thank all the participating attendees here and all the companies that are helping support their attendees by letting them attend here. I was actually looking at the attendee list. How many people, raise your hand, are actually here from Nationwide? I have to call it out, because there's almost, I think, 200 people from Nationwide registered for this event. So bravo to you guys. It just shows what you guys are doing as an organization, your commitment to improving the profession. So thank you for that, and thank you for all the attendees. I do want to mention as well, I mentioned Ken is coming to speak at the closing keynote. Even in between that time, he's going to be talking about a program that we've been working on called evidence-based management. And I know that they'll be running some promotion out of their booth on some questions around their EBM management tool. So please do visit their booth. I think they're going to be giving away some signed copies of books at the retrospective, but you need to actually participate. And you'll hear about it later today in the keynote, but you need to actually go to the booth to get some information on that today. So next, I would like to actually introduce Srini.